Alright, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
As you can see, man, we're back on the street. The Most High gave us another Saturday to come to bring out His word, to the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Americans. You see, but before we go into it, before we start the preaching, bringing out His word, we want to give all praises, all honors, and all glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, Ahmad.
And also double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are preaching the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai upon the whole earth. So, man, look, I want to go in a topic, seeing what's happening right now. The USA and EU are trying to blame Russia for what's happening right now. You see? Let's start.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. God. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
One more time.
God. The book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and 17. And it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So yeah, man, so the Most High made us watchmen over the house of Israel, you see, which means we must look or watch what is coming to protect the house of Israel, you see. And it says we must give you warning for what we're seeing is coming, and because we're seeing what is coming, we're bringing out the warning, you see. We're out here telling you what's about to happen, what's about to make place in these latter days.
Right.
You see, and what is coming ain't nice, it ain't beautiful. You see, worst thing, painful things, evil days are coming. Only evil will hit this earth. You see? And give me the article, I'll show you. So people can know, because why? We are the watchmen. We are watching what's happening on this planet Earth. You see? That, hey man, this so-called USA, where this Babylon, you see, they're trying to bring something out which you Israelite people are the first that will be punished very badly, because right now the thing is like a triangle, right? You got at the top this ruler, and you got this first class, middle class, and the last class. And on this last class are you people that basically don't have that much, and it will only get worse, and the middle class will become the last class. You see? Go on.
This is RT.com, Russia Today. News online. It says, if there's a famine, it won't be Russia's fault. Alright, continuing, it says, US and EU sanctions against Russia, in particular fertilizer and grain exports, are one of the reasons for growing global food insecurity.
Hold it. So right now the thing between Ukraine and Russia, the UN and the United States and EU, you see, they're trying to blame everything on this thing, on this war, what is happening right now.
Right.
And Russia says, man, don't blame us, you see, because you're trying to sanction me, and your own sanction, it's just like a boomerang. You just throw it at me and it just comes back to you. Right. You see? So don't blame Russia when famine will strike, man. You see, and heavily famine. Why? Because it's already starting. We're seeing food shortage. You see, baby tampon, everything just being shortage, man. And it will come on a big scale in the latter days. It will happen on a big scale. Right now it's happening on a low scale, but in the latter days it will happen on a big scale, man. You see, where there won't be any food to eat nor to drink, man.
That's right.
You see, go on.
It says, US and EU sanctions against Russia, in particular fertilizer and grain exports, are one of the reasons for growing global food insecurity. Putin pointed out, if there is famine in the world's poorest countries, this will be entirely one this will be entirely on the on the conscience of the US administration and the European bureaucracy.
Kan.
It says, troubles with food supply have arisen over the past several years, not months, due to the short-sighted actions of those who are accustomed to solving their problems at someone else's expense, distorting the trade flows by printing money in a sort of predatory colonial policy. Putin said, Russia is ready to send food to to Africa and the Middle East, where the threat of famine is most acute, but faces logistical, financial, transport obstacles imposed by the West, he said.
So yeah, man, so Putin is totally telling you, man, he basically, don't blame him what is happening, because it's y'all, but everything is happening because of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, everything is going through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So everything that's happening, man, we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is under control of everything. You see?
Right.
That's happening. And we're out here, we're seeing this give you that warning. You see? That you will be punished in the latter days if you don't turn back and come to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Right.
You see? You see? You see?
See, Salaki, this is Jeremiah chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 70. It says, also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. Therefore hear the nations, and know, O congregation, people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words. Also I set watchmen over you.
It says, you mustn't have any excuse to give you that warning.
Saying, hearken to the among them.
God, man, so we're out here praying. Out, it doesn't matter, we're out here. It's going to happen, you see? And some accidents just happen to get rid of these prophets, man. But for the truth, man, they start with his judgment on this to you, to us right now, you see?
And those days are right around the corner. Uteja, seisun in seisun tapastrati. Warskuing. Ana nga result san